Alex Eala reflects on memorable Hong Kong Open match versus Victoria Mboko. Alex Eala could not help but feel grateful after what she described as a special match to end her stint at the Hong Kong Open. The world number 51 fell short against Canada's Victoria Mboko, world number 21 on Thursday, March 6, 6-3, 6-4 in the round of 16. What a match to end the season. I enjoyed every minute I spent on court, Eala wrote in the caption of her post. Everything from the fight to the fans was something to remember and will hold a special place in my memories. Thank you, Hong Kong. Mboko on Thursday also praised Eala. I want to first congratulate Alex for an amazing match. It's never easy to play one of your friends, Mboko said in a post-match interview. I've known her for such a long time, so that made it a little bit emotional, she added. The match marked Eala's final WTA tournament of the year, a season that saw her break into the world's top 100, make her Grand Slam debut, and continue to make history for Philippine tennis. The lights of Victoria Park glimmered like jewels under the Hong Kong night sky, their reflections rippling across the smooth blue courts where dreams were tested and stories written in sweat. For 20-year-old Filipino tennis star Alex Eala, that particular evening against Victoria Mboko wasn't just another match on the tour, it was an emotional chapter in her growing journey, a reminder of how far she had come and how far she still wanted to go. What began as a tightly contested battle in the round of 16 at the Hong Kong Open became, in retrospect, a match of introspection, growth, and rediscovery. Though the scoreboard showed defeat, the echoes of the game still ring loud in Eala's mind, a symphony of effort, resolve, and quiet revelation. The build-up, between expectation and ambition. Coming into the Hong Kong Open, Alex Eala carried both hope and hunger. Fresh off a stretch of strong performances in Asia, including a semi-final finish in Osaka and a string of hard-fought wins in Seoul, the Filipino prodigy was starting to find her rhythm on the WTA Tour. Hong Kong, however, represented more than just another tournament stop. It was a checkpoint in her evolving narrative as one of Southeast Asia's brightest tennis prospects. I came into Hong Kong feeling good, Eala would later reflect. My team and I had worked hard to fine-tune my serve and be more aggressive on returns. I wanted to prove that I could hang with anyone in the draw. Across the net stood Victoria Mboko, a young Canadian star of Congolese descent whose athleticism and raw power had quickly made her a name to watch. The two had met years ago on the junior circuit, both teenagers with wide eyes and ambitious hearts. Back then their duels were filled with playful competitiveness. Now, on the professional stage, the stakes were real. It's funny, Eala said with a smile. I remember seeing her at junior tournaments when we were both trying to figure things out. Facing her again now as pros was like a full-circle moment. The crowd, a diverse mix of Filipino expatriates, local fans and curious onlookers, filled the small stadium with warmth and anticipation. Flags waved. Voices rose. Somewhere in the distance, the aroma of street food mingled with the electricity of sport. Hong Kong had a way of making even a tennis match feel cinematic. Opening set, the battle begins. From the first rally, it was clear that this match would be no walk in the park. Mboko opened aggressively, painting lines with her forehand, while Eala countered with the precise placement and timing that have long defined her game. Every point was a tug-of-war, power versus precision, instinct versus discipline. Eala's movement was sharp, her court awareness honed. She read Mboko's attacks like a chess player studying her opponent's moves. Early on, she broke serve, leading 3-1, and the Filipino crowd erupted. I felt in control, she recalled. Everything was clicking. The timing, the energy, even my breathing. But that's tennis. You can't stay in that zone forever, you have to fight to keep it. Mboko, sensing the momentum slipping, adjusted her game plan. She began varying her pace, introducing more topspin and drop shots, forcing Eala to scramble. The change disrupted Eala's rhythm, and before long the lead evaporated. The set tightened at 5-5, both players battling through long, grueling rallies. Then came the pivotal moment, a 12-shot exchange that had the crowd gasping. Eala sprinted to the net to cut off a lob, only for Mboko to thread a passing shot that kissed the line. The point tilted the balance and Mboko went on to snatch the first set, 7-5. Eala walked to her chair, towel draped over her shoulders, expression calm but eyes burning. I told myself this is where you grow, she later said. You can't panic just because it's not going your way. You breathe, you reset, and you fight. Second set, heart over outcome. If the first set was a test of tactics, the second was a test of heart. Eala started it with renewed purpose. Her serves had more bite, her returns more intent. At 2-2 she found a rhythm, hitting 2 aces in a row, a rare sight for a player more known for her baseline craft than raw power. She pumped her fist, the crowd responding in kind. "Sometimes you don't even realize how much energy the fans give you," she said. "When I heard the Filipino chants, 'Laban Alex,' it gave me goosebumps." Mboko, however, refused to back down. The Canadian's serve, one of her biggest weapons, bailed her out of several break points. The rallies grew longer, more physical, both players pushing their limits. By 4-4 it was a coin toss, who would blink first. That's when Eala produced her most breathtaking tennis of the night. At deuce, she chased down a deep forehand, sliding into a cross-court backhand winner that seemed to defy physics. The crowd roared, the commentators gasped, and even Mboko gave a small nod of respect. It was Eala at her purest, instinctive, fearless, artistic. Moments later, Eala broke serve, going up 5-4. Victory, or at least a deciding set, was within reach. But tennis is cruel. Serving for the set, Eala made 2 unforced errors followed by a double fault. The nerves crept in. Mboko seized the opportunity, breaking back, then riding the momentum to a tiebreak. In that tiebreak, every point felt like a heartbeat. Eala saved 2 match points with audacious winners. One a delicate drop shot, the other a screaming backhand down the line. But on the third, her forehand clipped the tape and fell back on her side. Mboko 7-5, 7-6, 8-6. As the final ball bounced away, Eala froze for a moment, then smiled, walked to the net, and embraced her opponent. It wasn't defeat, it was experience. Aftermath, grace in reflection. Hours later, long after the crowd had dispersed and the lights dimmed, Eala sat quietly in the locker room. Her coach, Spanish mentor Daniel Gomez, placed a hand on her shoulder. "You played with courage," he told her. "That's what matters." She nodded. "It hurts, but I learned a lot." When she finally spoke to the media, Eala's maturity shone. "Victoria played incredible," she said. "I had my chances, but she was clutch in the big moments. Still, I'm proud of how I competed. Matches like this are why I love the sport." Later, on social media, she posted a simple message. "Heartbroken but grateful. Every match is a lesson. Thank you, Hong Kong. See you again soon." The post garnered thousands of likes, with comments from Filipino fans, tennis peers, and even Mboko herself.